hear me through your headphones?
Yes.
I can't hear you. My mic's on.
I can hear you.
No.
Weird.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Is anyone there? Play-by-play color. Okay. That's nice. I like that they did that.
Yeah.
That. We just want to be able to talk to you.
Can we hear you?
Can't hear anything. He said he doesn't have comms.
Oh, okay.
Maybe if he can't talk to us, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
We can't hear anything. We can't hear each other. We can't hear anything. And also, the scoreboard is blurry. We can see it, but it's super blurry.
Yeah, usually you can hear yourself and the other person through the headphones.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
What time does this game start? Should be starting, right? I know this schedule in here is fucked up. But excuse me, I shouldn't use.
What about now? How about now? Nothing?
mics aren't working, so they can't hear us talking crap about them. All right, well, let's pretend there's sound in case there is sound and people are listening to us. You hear us? All right, well, welcome to Rockford, Illinois. We are at the USWRA National Championships. This is the 4th game of the day. My name is Dave Mengen. I'm joined with Kara Barron. We are on with TIRR from Houston against Lakeshore, Demolition. And when they pull that banner off the screen, you'll be able to see the game. Lakeshore gets the tip, and we have over and back. And it is. And that the bad part about that really for Lakeshore is TIRR is going to get the ball back at the end of the quarter too, because they got possession after that. So there's our old turnover situation, right? Ah, I almost heard myself there. I heard that little crackle. Lujano leading the charge. And Zion, number 10, Reddington. He is a newer player. He's playing with USA. He's raw. He's got a lot to learn. So much potential. And he's running now against Ollie Mannion, number 9 for TIRR. Ollie plays for Great Britain. Although I don't think he made the squad for World Championships because European Championships are next week. All 3 of us didn't make that squad. I actually tried out to commentate for that too, where I asked to, but they got plenty of English speakers in England. Who knew? Oh, sure. Our nasally, yeah. And Deller ties it up. Clayton Brackett working against Deller. Gets it swiped out. Mannion picks it up. Lots of turnovers here, and a spin by Lujano, number 7 from Lakeshore. It's exciting, and it's fun. It's fun to hit people. It's fun to get hit. Looks like we're having some technical difficulties. Deller working the clock. Waiting for his guys to get set up. Not sure what's going on.
Hey, they're going to work over the top. Cover. It's going over the top.
So inbound. Lujano will take it. Mannion's coming to blow him up. And Zion unable to get the handle on that. Reddington. Zion Reddington, number 10. Great effort. Sorry about that feedback. We're trying to work the microphones so Kara can get back on. Well, you just know she's here. It makes everything better. Brackett and Lujano working on Mannion. Gets around the corner. Mannion's got Deller up top. Steve Curley, number 7, working out there with him. I'm going to have to let Kara take over at halftime or something. Curtis inbounds. To Mannion. Number 9, Mannion. I can't. But I can't hear me either. I do hear some clicking and popping though.
Sorry about the technical difficulties, folks. There it is. Welcome in.
I can't hear you, but as long as they can, that's what matters.
They can hear it, and I can hear it.
You are at the table next to me, so.
Oh, I appreciate that. So we're coming in. The score is 3-4. TIRR is leading by 1. It is looking like it's going to be a timeout on Lakeshore's number 10. We're going to see if they're going to use that smartly. I don't think that's a word, but we're going to make it a word today.
Works for me. I know what you're meaning. Sid Christian leading the charge there.
One of the things Lakeshore does a great job of is leading these picks. They always follow behind. They keep it smooth. They keep it consistent. And they wait for their buddies so they're not playing one-on-one rugby.
Yeah, they're patient.
Yes.
You know, Lakeshore's an old program. They got a lot of experience and knowledge to pass around.
If you don't listen to Bob, you're not doing it right. He's been playing since dirt was ground up.
Well, you can say the same thing about a guy like Steve Curley, who's been
Right?
around for a very, very long time.
Oh yes, I played with Houston for a little bit when I was first practicing when I first moved to Houston, and Steve Curley taught me a little bit back in the day. Man, that was almost 6 years ago. Holy moly! I'm getting old. Weird.
We just did a podcast with Steve. I missed it because I was in a place that had very big problems with their internet access. Behind the axle, putting in our plug there.
Yeah, I just actually got a request from you guys to come on the interview.
Awesome.
It'd be interesting after this tournament to come on and talk.
Well, we like somebody who's willing to talk about stuff, you know.
Oh,
It makes the interviews a lot more interesting. We want to learn about the players, but we also want to talk about issues in the league, what's going on, and you know, maybe we should save that for the podcast. Man, you're looking around the corner. Curly setting the pick there. Steve was in the Murder Ball movie as well as Bob Lujano.
Yes, he was.
For those of you that got to see it. Was up for Documentary of the Year. Lost out to the March of the Penguins. Darn that Morgan Freeman.
Did it really? That is, I can't even be mad. Have you seen how cute those little things are in their little permanent tuxedos?
Also a great documentary.
Adorable.
So Lakeshore with the timeout. Trying to figure out how they can beat the press here by TIRR. TIRR was the Division I team most
Last
of the
year.
season, but they had a couple of players who were disqualified for this tournament. So they're playing with a little bit different line than we've seen.
It'll be interesting to see, one, how Lakeshore breaks this heat of a run the TIRR is bringing right now, and it's going to also be interesting to see how TIRR finishes the game as they get a little bit more tired.
And so far, we haven't seen any depth from either team. They're obviously running their starting line still early. We'll see if that comes into play, who's tired.
Oh, yeah. And we still have 3.5 minutes on the clock for this first quarter. We still have plenty of time for things to be moving and shaking.
32 minutes of gameplay.
A lot can happen in 32 minutes.
Especially when you count the other 60 minutes that you get between the whistles.
Big hit from Zion. He has so much power, man. It is
Deller did a nice
incredible.
job of hanging on to that one.
Yeah, he did. Oop. Deller's getting active with that hand. He is really going for the ball.
Deller hits very hard.
Yes, he does. Have you ever been hit with the taped up one?
Oh, the club?
Yep.
Yeah.
It hurts, man.
Well, he
This
has to
is-
protect his hand is super sensitive.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
So he's got that around it so it doesn't hurt his hand, but it can hurt you. I mean, it's somewhat padded on the outside too, but
Yeah.
'cause, you know, they want
But there's only so
safety.
much padding does when you're getting
Clubbed. Yeah.
But it's all part of the sport. Again, it is full contact. We love a little bit of contact here in wheelchair rugby. Chair on chair, perfectly fine. If you're aiming for the guy's face, it's not cool. We don't allow that. But it is a fun sport. It is an all quad sport, or three to four limbs amputated, depending on the size of the residual limbs. There's lots of rules and classifications. If you're interested in joining us, you know somebody that should play, come on down to USWRA.org. We are down there. Rules are there, classifications.
Lots of physical disabilities qualify, cerebral
Yes.
palsy.
Big
Had
hit.
people with Friedrich's ataxia.
Yep.
I can never remember the Marie Tooth
CMT.
one.
CMT, Cherie Marie Tooth. I can't say that properly. I'm
No,
sorry,
me neither.
guys. I don't.
But I
have
think
it
it's
in
a
front
form
of
of
me.
muscular dystrophy, and I know that there's definitely some people with MD.
Yep.
Lots of things. Spinal cord injuries like
Yep.
me.
MS is another one.
TIRR clocking another one. Makes it 9 tries to 7. It's really hard to see between the cameraman and the people on the table.
Oh yeah.
Brackets across half. Looking for a pick from Zion.
There it is. And he seals that so nicely in the key. There's no getting through him.
Takes up a lot of space.
Yes, he does. And he's quick, so he takes up even more than the average Joe. And Cartley's looking quick this year as well. They've been in the gym working out, this TIRR team.
Mannion in the corner waiting for that one.
Oh, yeah. Any good smart team knows as soon as you have that mismatch to go and set up for it, and these guys do a really good job of recognizing that early, having their eyes up, making sure the ball gets over to them quickly before it gets spotted. Great
Bracket in trouble. Curley and Mannion keeping him, but Lujano was able to catch one across the line. And you'll see Curley right there in the play, trying to push him across half. Nice pass to Bracket. Makes it 10-9 with just over 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
I think this is where we're going to see him start to get a little handsy. Start reaching in there. Nope, Bracket keeps it clean.
I thought Mannion played great at World Championships
Oh, yeah.
in Denmark. But he's also not at the front end of their bench. And Zion Reddington, number 10,
He's got a lot of speed.
takes it all the way across. Curtis looking to inbound, trying to find Mannion, calls timeout.
Good call. Stuck in the back like that, it just, you don't want to mess up. You don't want to lose the ball, and keeping it together and keeping possession of the ball is so important.
So at the timeout, both teams will talk some strategy, get a little water. Minute 40 left in the first. 11-10 our score, as you can see. Excellent game so far.
It's a great game. These guys are doing really well. I think they're having a lot of fun out there. It really shows.
Well, they're both getting across half. It's not like they're struggling.
It's a good, clean game of rugby. Takes a lot to do that.
Other than the ping pong in there at the very beginning,
Yeah, that's
that
just,
really hasn't been a lot of slop.
it just makes them push back a little bit harder every time.
Dollar makes it a true 2-try difference with a minute and a half left. Bracket tosses it over.
And it's off the wheel.
Able to pick it up. Got Lujano picking for him.
That's where having that little bit of trunk really comes in handy. Being able to pivot the chair on demand and really save the ball. Get it to where you need it to be. Oh, that's going to be close. Oh, he
Mannion.
saves it.
Very aggressive on the defense there. And Brackett gets it over to Christian.
He's just sitting there waiting for it. I love it. He knows it will be his moment to shine any moment, and the ball comes as soon as he's ready.
Sid not commonly scoring the tries, but happy to do so.
Swing and a miss on Curley.
Deller trapped on the side. Mannion gets it up there.
Over and back.
And they get the over and back call.
That is a big call.
That's a real heads up play.
That is a game changer. That's going to change up the momentum. Things are going to slow down for TIRR, or they're going to come back and hit it hard. Let's see how Lakeshore responds.
Well, and that could be the difference between going into the end of the quarter at down by 2 or tied up.
Exactly. We're at 48.9 seconds. The clock's not starting. There it is.
Little clock management doesn't hurt either. The clock's still running. What are they doing?
I don't know. This
And now
is
the
getting
clock
a
is
little
stopped.
crazy.
Now it's running
And it's
again.
running. Zion's
I
waiting.
haven't heard a whistle.
I
Clock's
haven't
running.
either. Play to the whistle. Oop, I'm yelling. My bad, guys. I'm getting
You're excited.
I'm
It's
a
an
rugby
exciting
player
game,
at
although
heart.
right now, I think they're just watching the clock. They're going to call timeout, so they get the last possession.
That's
Although
what I would do.
It's so crazy to me that they would. I hope he's getting his dribbles in.
Oh, that is
Intercepted
a turnover
pass.
for TIRR.
So all that time wasting did him no good.
Insane.
That's rough. You're going to go and do
That
clock
is-
management like that? Got to make it happen.
That is unfortunate.
So, despite that great defensive play that gave them an opportunity to tie it up, Lakeshore will go into the first down by 2.
I was not expecting that. Not gonna lie, was not expecting that. Lakeshore's been really strong this year.
I think that's inexperience.
They've got Big Willie on there. I'm rooting for Big Willie. I got a little bit of bias in my heart for him. We had some good times at the
He's,
PBA tournament.
He's a heck of a player. He's played for a long time.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure he's a great mentor for a guy like Zion.
I think he's been retired longer than I've been playing.
That's funny.
But no, TIRR's coming out tonight looking strong. We've got about 2 minutes until the quarter starts again. That'll be going into quarter 2. We've got Lakeshore up by 2 right now.
Unfortunately, I don't know how any of these games have gone because I'm actually playing this year. Well, my team is playing. I'm not playing a whole lot. So I don't know what D2 looks like as far as who's doing what. I think St. Louis beat Lakeshore. I'm willing to guess.
Sounds about right.
I think Northeast Passage lost their first game to Ability 360.
Okay.
I don't know about Wassa against TIRR.
I have not heard.
I was playing at that time. So we'll see if we can find out for you at halftime, find out who's doing what. As you can see, the scoreboard it used to be out of focus, and now it's out of frame. We'll see if we can't get that fixed up too. But just so you know, the score is 13-11. TIRR in the lead, 42 seconds left in the first quarter break.
Looking forward to a good second quarter. What's your favorite thing about rugby?
That's a loaded question.
No, it's not.
You know, about the game itself, or, you know, to me, the bigger picture of rugby is really what makes it special, is
Yeah.
how it affects people's lives.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I see people all the time who come in for the first time, and they have all kinds of function, but their girlfriend is pushing them across the hardwood floor.
Yep.
They don't realize, people don't realize what they're capable of until they see somebody with less function doing more.
Oh, exactly. Exactly. I love when we have the kids come in and they're all down on their luck. They're sad. They don't really know what they can do next with their future, and then they see us and they see that everybody's got jobs or is doing things and they're worthwhile. And I think that is one of the big important pieces of what we're doing here, is that outreach for those people that wouldn't necessarily know that there's still a second chance at life after
Internationally
acceptance.
too, right?
Yeah.
There are plenty of cultures where somebody with a spinal cord injury is not considered of any value to society.
Ooh, and
They're just
that's
a burden on their family.
that was a hard play right there. He threw the ball into the key to try and get it to Deller. Deller's hands got mixed up in the crosshair, and the ball went off of 2 different chairs. They're going to call it.
Yeah, the problem with
TIRR
that
ball.
club for Deller is that he can't catch
He can't
or
grab,
hold anything
yeah.
with that hand.
You've got to be pretty accurate with that. You've got an
So
equipment
they
call
always
for
throw it
Steve
to the one
Curley.
hand, and if they throw it to the wrong side, that can be a problem.
Yep.
He's pretty good about putting that hand up for a target, so they know where to throw it.
Yeah.
I don't know where he started, but I remember him playing in Philly for a while. And I think he went down to Shepherd. So we got Daniel Curtis sitting there on the side waiting for the ball. Ref's over here talking to the table.
I think we're trying to get some time back on the shot
Yeah,
clock.
I think they're going to reset the clock. From the last try?
I don't know. I guess we're going to have to start
It's
doing
hard
some
to
video
tell.
replay.
Yeah, so they can't go back to the last score because the shot clock got reset at the
Yep.
wrong time. Because we have the benefit of, we write down the time that a score happens.
Yes.
So if we have to go backward to what happened last, we
We
know
can.
exactly what time that was.
Yeah, the only problem with that is it throws off the momentum on the court for both teams, both the one that's doing well and the one that's kind of not. And that can really change up the game, too.
Yes, it can. Still don't know what's going on. I think the referee's now explaining what's going to happen.
I think
And
so.
there's some requests for clarification is how I'll phrase it, by the players on the court. Players are laughing. The refs are still debating. Both seasoned referees too, so
These are high-stakes games. This is the national championship. We are on edge, man. These plays or these calls can really make or break the game for people.
well, especially in a close game like this, right?
Oh yeah,
And you know, if you end up with it, this year we're doing something different. We have 18 teams instead of the usual 16. We have, instead of 2 divisions of 8, we have 3 divisions of 6.
yeah,
So the pool play is round robin. You play every team. There's no who got the better seed and is on the right side of the bracket. But that also means that you can run into these 3-way ties where point
Yes.
differential is the thing.
yeah.
So all these teams are looking at every try as a critical try.
Oh yeah. And with the score this close, the score could completely be upturned by good clock management. I mean, whoever gets the ball back here with that amount of time, if you can get it down and keep that last goal, make sure you get possession on the next quarter.
So it
could
looks
be
like they're
yours.
running the clock down. To what, I don't know. I think she said 7:12, but I'm not sure. It kind of seems like they're pressing the button and it's taking a second or 2 to stop. All right, so
17 it
you
is.
saw
Steve Curley
Steve Curley come over and
declares.
say, you know what, let's just adjust the shot clock and make up for the difference, and we'll take the deficit. He knows his team's taking this one on the chin, but I think he feels confident that they
17
can
seconds
score
on the
try.
shot is plenty of time to get a try or 2 in.
Most teams, when they're grinding that clock down, wait till 15.
Yes. He said we'll split the difference. I can agree with that kind of stuff.
Although now we're still discussing running the clock down. Oh no, the shot clock just ran down.
Oh no. We're just
The other
gonna
thing that
retry
we have to
one more
consider
time.
here is that the people at the table are volunteers.
Yes.
Many of them have never done this before.
Oh yes.
They're all listening intently at what's being told to do, and they say, okay, run the clock. Well, the shot clock guy also runs the clock. So we absolutely appreciate what these guys are doing for us being here, because we couldn't do it without them.
Yes. We definitely wouldn't be able to be here without you guys. So thank you so much.
All right, so
We've
now the
got
shot
it
clock's
set
at
to
20, and the game clock's at 6:38.
Ooh. What? There it is. All right, we
Now it's
are
at 7:33.
reset.
Oh, there we go.
This is what
And
we
the
like
whistle
to see.
blows.
Get a little
Here we go,
rugby.
inbound coming.
It is.
It'll be Curtis.
He's looking for the opening. It's with Zeller.
Zeller looking for Mannion.
There it is. He's waiting for his pick. There it is.
Curtis, great
Oh, way to go.
pick there.
Way to read.
And fouled as he
Foul.
crossed the line.
And he was on top of him a little bit.
That's
He
all right.
popped up on.
You're allowed to do that. You can basically punch someone in the face at the line, and they'll just get a penalty charge. As you can
Oh, I
see,
think he
Zeller
did.
did get hit in the face.
Oof.
But they didn't call like a technical or anything.
No.
Now I know he didn't get punched in the face, right?
We'll
I'm
get a close-up
exaggerating,
on
but you are allowed to aggressively go after the ball.
You want
At
to
the
cause a little bit of bobble because you have to have possession of the ball when you're going over that try line. Otherwise, it doesn't count. So if
There's
you
some level of intimidation associated
Oh,
with that too,
yes.
right? You want that guy to know he's going to get hit every time he tries to score.
It's one of the main reasons I go so aggressively at it. Got to make him remember
One
your
of
name.
them. What's your favorite thing about the sport? I'm sorry, I didn't notice you were putting something in your mouth.
I was eating a chip. Honestly, I love the level of smack talk on the court. And, ooh,
Who's they going to call that one on? Did they call it a jump? They called it a
They
jump.
called
He
it a
thought
jump.
Brackett thought that was a foul, number 21 for Lakeshore in the blue. But that is not what it was. They called that a held ball. So using the possession arrow, as you would see in professional basketball, the ball will go to the team who the possession arrow is in favor of. This time it appears to be Lakeshore.
again, these turnovers are where the game is made or broken.
Yeah, but these delays, we're going to get really behind on this court.
Yep.
Lujano gets it in. Reddington. Ben gets it up to Brackett. And Brackett 21. Take it across. I would have thought that was a penalty try since Mannion crossed first, but apparently not. Mannion
Good work
following
with
Curtis.
the backwards maneuver. Stuffed him up for a little bit, but he was still able to get over half.
I have to take the side of my headphones off so I can hear you. I don't know why I can't hear you. Somebody hit one of these switches. I can't see who has the ball. It's the cameraman. It's Lujano. Bobby Lou turns it over. Curtis there to catch it.
And that's a tire
Mannion's
pop.
got a flat. He'll call on equipment. Tommy Sullivan popping a tire there. Sullivan number 8. He's a 1 who plays with an additional half points allowed on the court because he is over the age of 45.
For a second, I thought you were going to say old. It looked like you were stumbling over the.
Well, I was stumbling because I was counting backward because we still think of people as 8, right? As players when we're talking. So
Yeah.
we say, you know, a guy's a 3 and he's effectively playing as a 2-5.
Yeah.
But because we're adding a half court point to the, because we don't change people's classifications based
Nope.
on their age. We change
Yeah.
it based on their function.
We allow allowances for age and
Gender.
gender.
I think the gender inclusion or the gender adjustment has been a really positive thing. You see much more participation. I think we had 11 female athletes at World Championships.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's incredible, and I think it builds the development of the athletes at a fair and comparable level.
Well, not sitting at the end of the bench.
No.
Actively participating, making a difference.
I mean, you've seen the level of play when we have Sarah Adams on the court or Emily Sherrock back when she used to play. There is a definite power that these females are bringing to the court. And
Well, and sometimes it's just about having an opportunity.
yeah,
And if that half point makes that opportunity available so that people can excel and and we can have a co-ed sport actually be played co-ed at
Yeah.
that level, that's what we're looking for.
oh yeah. At the end of the day, it's all about getting out, getting active, and getting your life on track again. I mean, you can't change what's going to happen to you, but you can change what you do after that.
There are all kinds of statistics around people with disabilities who play sports are much more likely to be employed, are much more Deller bringing it up court. Curtis sets the pick. Oh, there we go. That's right, I'm in the program. Nerd. Sorry, I cannot hear my own voice through the microphone or the headphones.
Unfortunately, all I can hear is you, Dave.
So some people would say you have the worst job in the world.
But I have the best snacks up here at the table, and I think I have the best view because I've got this nice screen. I get to watch firsthand replay live, wheelchair rugby. It's really cool to actually have all of this technology here, have games going on a live capacity at a different kind of level than we've really seen before.
The league has really grown up
It is.
in
It is
that
growing up.
aspect, right? You're seeing a lot more streamed games throughout the season. You're getting better tech, better experiences for the national championships.
We're seeing a lot of our Team USA athletes really take to social media and start being good, positive influences and influencers for the younger disabled communities, and that's really cool. A lot of the reason why a lot of us do this is to bring awareness out to the sport, and it's awesome to see it happening more and more every time.
Truly is. Curley to Mannion. Mannion working it back and forth. Gets across half. Onto that corner. Lujano
Bob
stop.
has a sticky picker, man.
He's really good with it.
He just knows where he's supposed to be. He knows who's going to go where. He's been playing this game for so long that you really can't teach him anything.
Right to Deller.
Deller just knew where to be.
You know, another thing about Lujano, besides being a pit bull out there defensively, is that for a guy whose arms are no longer than his elbows, really, he has a great bump pass.
Yes, he does.
Super reliable bump pass.
He's been doing that for years. I mean,
Yeah.
eventually you got to figure out how to play fetch with your dog.
Mulana with the inbound to bracket. Zion Reddington, number 10. In traffic,
That's a big
gets
foul.
fouled.
I wonder if they're...
Curley says, what? And substitution for
Curley goes
Lakeshore.
to the treble box.
Ryan Eliason, number 6, joins Lakeshore Demolition on the floor. Looks like Ali Mannion has a flat tire.
He does
So we'll
indeed.
change that up.
I think that's number 3 for him today. It's a good thing we have really, really, really good staff here for
Change
each
the tire
of the
real
teams.
fast.
Change those tires so fast. There's 4 minutes on the clock. We'll probably have at least 3 tires changed before then.
Some of it depends on the low pointers you're playing against. Some guys go for that. Some guys' pickers are just set right that they do damage to tires.
I don't know. I think all the travel they do, they get drug on the ground a couple times, they sharpen up, and I swear they never get ground back
So
down.
it's, again, the airline's fault, right?
Never. Never, never.
We would never say anything bad about the way the airlines treat our chairs.
No, they actually did really well on the way here. I heard almost no issues coming in.
Awesome.
I know United was one of our partners this year for the Oscar Mike team, and they did a great job getting everybody here this
Awesome.
weekend. No chairs damaged, no chairs
I'm so
lost.
glad to hear that.
It was awesome, yeah.
Wow.
That was a great hit.
You don't see Deller move very much when he gets hit.
No, you
He's
really
a
don't.
solid man. Man, you can't get in there. Ooh, Zion
Zion
almost
is
hit that
doing
cone.
a Great job.
You hit that cone, you're out of bounds.
Yes, sir, you are.
And as we all know, that active goal line, you cannot cross it without the ball, no matter who you are.
Deller's got an axle loose,
Nice one of his teammates to lift him up to pop it back in.
right? Use that club.
You know, if it wasn't national championships, the ref would have done it for him.
Oh, yeah, most likely.
22-16 our score. TIRR in the lead. Lakeshore inbounding.
We've got just over 3 minutes left on this quarter in this first half. Zion running the ball.
Reddington can't get out of half, but he has
Over top, right there.
number 6, Ryan Eliason, who inbounded and went all the way up court. Became an outlet.
It's one of the harder positions to play, I think. Especially as an aggressive player, you want to be towards the ball, you want to attack, you want to get chair action. But really, being able to sneak away up court and wait for that long ball is one of the smartest and safest plays. And it's just,
And
it's
it
hard
works
to
for
do.
a high pointer or a low pointer,
It
right? You'll
does.
see guys that are Canadians are vicious with getting their 1 or their .5 up the sideline down to that cone and
Aggressively.
just tossing it out. It forces you to change the way you play defense because you can't double team the 2 primary guys anymore. Now you got to have somebody cover that outlet pass. Reddington up
Over
and
the top,
over.
and it's going to be out.
Eliason not tall enough to pull that one down. So Curtis, number 5 for TIRR.
That definitely stinks. That point was one of the crucial points that they needed to keep hold of if they wanted to sneak back ahead of this game.
Deller makes it a 7-try differential on the heels of that turnover.
You can actually hear Steve Curley in the background. He's directing his guys how to
Always.
defend. He's great
Always.
at that. He knows where things are on the court. He wants things to go smoothly. And
He can't turn his head because he's got several vertebrae freezed. What do they call that?
fused.
Fused, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Wow. It's a mouthful. But he has great court vision for somebody who can't
Yes.
turn his head.
It also looked like we had him come out of bounds over here on the backside. Yeah.
The ref doesn't see it, it's not a foul.
Oh, I know. But we do have a foul on that team already, so we're not going to give him two at once.
It'll be Daniel Curtis, number 5 from TIRR, sitting in the sin bin for his minute. Brackett hanging on to the ball. He knows he's got a man advantage here. TIRR smartly staying away from a penalty opportunity that would put a second guy in the box. So Curtis will come out and inbound. And TIRR back at full strength. So this is a D2 game. Carrie, you're Oscar Mike Militia D3?
Yes, D3.
You have a pick for D3? Do you have a team you think is going to win D3?
I think it's going to be Oscar Mike all the way. I think we are going to carry it through and pick up that underdog.
That big old trophy?
I think we're going to pick up that underdog trophy.
My son is super excited about that trophy.
Yeah.
I said, well, we haven't won anything yet, son.
You can tell him he's more than welcome to come down to the Oscar
Come and
Mike
visit
headquarters and visit it.
Your team and my team are not playing each other this weekend.
Well, then I wish you guys the best of luck as
Thank
long
you.
as you're not
Same to
playing
you.
us. Thank you.
Oh, Reddington drops it. Mannion picks it up.
What
Just-
a turn of
He
events.
was dribbling and lost a handle.
That is one thing.
So TIRR now will collect themselves, right? You don't want to hurry up here because
No,
a
they're gonna
turnover
use a
turns
little
into
clock
another
management.
turnover real fast.
They've
Right.
got 23 on the shot clock, 25 on the game clock. You know, you want to be smart. You don't want to lose this to a turnover situation.
Well, and
So-
Mannion's played at the international level long enough to know that he should be calling under 15 seconds. He's going to
Yes.
call timeout.
There it is. There's
You
that
see Steve
timeout.
Curley giving that sign. So now the
Clock
reason that we do
management's
that
important.
is
We manage the clock. So when you do it under 15 seconds, it brings the shot clock and it gives
The
you
shot clock.
15 seconds.
right. The shot
So-
clock. If the shot clock's under 15 and you call timeout, we put it back at 15,
Yep.
which means now TIRR has the last possession. Lakeshore will not have an opportunity unless they score quickly or turn it over. But
There it
you know
is.
the odds are in your favor.
And that's
right?
why we bring Dave. I can't get my words out today.
It's okay. You fixed mine. I'll fix yours. That's why we're working together instead of doing this by ourselves.
Right? We've got Zion on the sideline. He's doing great today. It is really cool to see how he's grown over the last few years as a player and really been developing.
Well, I didn't even know who he was until this year, honestly.
Right.
Like, I mean, I knew he was out there, but he's really become a factor.
Oh, yes. He's one of those guys that definitely make or breaks a game for his team. When he is on point, he is on point.
And again, he's raw, right? He's got, I got a guy on my team that I described as like an uncontrolled nuclear reaction. If I could just
Control.
manage that like you would in a nuclear reactor where you can focus that energy, it could be amazing.
What a beautiful last second goal.
Well done. TIRR now takes us into halftime,
Uh-uh.
26-18. We have a 5-minute break, and Kara and I will be back to show you the second half.
Big thank you to our sponsors and partners bringing this to you today. We have FlexStream
Absolutely.
doing the live stream. We've got First Nation. We have Vehicles for Veterans. We've got Oscar Mike. We have Amazon, Starbucks, the Foglia Family Foundation, United Veterans Home Loans, Gary Sinise Foundation, Google, and most of all of our wonderful fans, family, and supporters. We cannot do this without you guys. Thank you so much.
Is Gary
We'll see you
Sinise
guys.
Lieutenant Dan?
Yes, he is, Lieutenant
Nice.
Dan. All right,
That's
we'll bring
awesome.
a little bit more information, rugby, and action back to you after the half.
Rock on. right, welcome back to Rockford, Illinois, where we are in this pool play game, Division II, Lakeshore Demolition, and the TIRR Texans. TIRR currently leading by 8 as we begin this third period.
Having a little bit of an argument out there, it looks like. A little discussion.
I think it's about the possession arrow. Steve seems to
All
think
right.
that they have possession, and looks like
Flip the
John's
arrow.
going to say that they are correct.
All right.
Because there was a jump. We saw a jump close to the end.
That is true.
That was Lakeshore's ball, and he is correct in that. Yeah, they just forgot to flip the arrow.
A coffee magically appeared. Did somebody bring me that?
It's his, I think.
Ah, perfect. All right. I was very confused. I thought Coffee Fairy brought me coffee. Well, I will set that over there, not take a sip as much as I want to.
All right. Possession arrow flipped again. Eliason gets the inbound give and go, goes right back to him. And that will be number 9. Michael Bailey. Intercepted pass. Deller.
Blue's mom and my mom met down at the PVA tournament earlier this year, and their instant friendship was the cutest thing ever. Blue
Oh, yeah?
is an Air Force veteran as well, so my mom takes that as to meaning that his mom and her have to be friends. So it was the cutest thing ever, just seeing the two of them talk and chat and just discuss rugby mom things. It's adorable.
I think all you need is a little bit of common ground
Oh yes.
with anybody, right?
Exactly.
How'd you pronounce his name? Baloo or Bailu? Baloo, like Mowgli's friend.
I don't know if I'm saying it right, but he'll correct me later.
Okay. As long as we both say it the same, we'll be fine. Bracket stuck. Gets out with the help of Luano.
That was a great double they had going. Still great double.
Luano did a great job of getting him out, though. Bracket over the top.
Good hit.
Yeah, that worked out really well. Eliason with the try. Lakeshore now on defense. Mannion trying to bring it up. Luano gets a piece of him, hanging on. Throws it to Curly, and Curly can't turn like that, so
What
It
an
just hits him in
over
the arm.
and back.
you can see the expression on Steve Curly's face. He's not happy with that one.
No, I wouldn't be happy either. That's one of those things where you just gotta shake it off, next play, get it together, and just keep moving. Unfortunately, with quad rugby, we're all a little crippled. So we're gonna drop the ball. We're gonna
Some are
have
a lot crippled.
yeah, we're gonna have some things that happen, and it's about how you respond to those failures that's really important.
Absolutely. Well, and you know, disability or no disability, this is a aggressive sport.
Oh yeah. Most able-bodied people
You're
I
gonna
know
make
would never
mistakes.
get into one of these chairs and play. They are scared.
I
And they
love
should
putting
be.
babies in a chair.
Oh, I love it.
At our tournament last year, our rugby club that we're a member of had a bunch of the men's and women's players
Yeah.
get in chairs and bang around, and they had a great time.
You
And
come
I had a
away
good
with a
time.
different kind of respect.
Yeah. Well, and it's, you know, just to understand, like my wife, when we first met, I made her spend a day in a chair with me so she could see what the world was like from that perspective.
That is smart.
Just so she could understand it. I didn't want her to feel bad for me. I just wanted her to see.
Like what it is to get up
So
a
now she
curb and
thinks
go
about
through
stuff,
these things.
right?
Yeah.
We go into a store and she sees, oh, these damn racks are too close. Let's go somewhere else. Or why don't you wait out here? It's a bad example, but
Yeah.
it gives some perspective. We went to the mall and went to a restaurant. He's on the line, over and back.
Ooh, that is an over
call.
and that's a tough play though. I mean, you're stuck there, you're in the pile. You really
Gotta get it
can't,
out of your hands.
You don't even want it in your hands to begin with. You
Yeah.
just kind of want to bump it away,
and again,
see if you can get it to one of your other guys.
Bob's arms are very,
Yeah.
very short.
Oh, yeah. Like you said,
So you've got people reaching in your lap trying to keep you from getting that ball out.
yes, you do. I see one of our other co-hosts on the side waiting for his chance to shine.
Which one is that, Paco?
Yes.
I heard Paco's been enjoying himself. I'm sure he's doing a great job. He's got a lot of game knowledge.
Oh, yes.
Interesting guy.
He's a hilarious guy, too. I'm sure the folks at home are loving the commentary with a little bit of his sense of humor mixed in.
Yeah, I hope I get a chance to work with him this weekend. Again, I'm playing. My team's playing, so I got to be with my team. But Brackett picks up the fumble.
And
Has
they
to
use
call
a
timeout.
very smart timeout.
Baloo is not going to beat Mannion.
It's where those picks and rolls really come into play. You're not going to have clean one-on-one rugby that's beatable all of the time. We're going to have some pretty even competition. So being smart, using your man, follow your picks. Smart rugby.
Good fundamentals are everything. Looks like Tim Jones, number 6, coming in for TIRR.
Got JJ coming in as well.
Narvaez, number 8. Looks like the lines are staying the same for Lakeshore. Lakeshore again in blue. Trying to get it in. Eliason does to Baloo. And I think something didn't move. Clock didn't move. So that's a correctable error. They'll redo that.
No harm, no foul.
It's frustrating though when you do something, work really hard to accomplish something, and then they take it back because
Well,
the clock
yeah.
didn't start.
Every yard that you gain in this game is hard worked for. They're not going to just give it up to you easy.
Romano tries to throw it up the top.
Ooh.
Mannion luckily didn't
Off,
catch it on the line. That
and
would have
it's
been a
a
turnover. for
turnover.
him. And Ollie Mannion gets the try for TIRR, making it 33-21. Brackett makes a little fake there. Again, we got Eliason with the try. Jones makes a nice move there, gets around Brackett. And a little help from Mannion at the end, but
It was.
he did a lot of work to get there.
No goal. Mannion went over before the try was good.
Did they call it?
Yeah, it's a turnover.
Oh, man.
It is Bob's ball
He
in the
should know
corner.
better than
I know.
Wait a minute. What?
He went
He
over
did,
the.
huh?
Yeah. There it is.
Could you see it on the screen? Because it didn't look like from here, but the refs are right there. They know what's going on. I can only see what I can see through the 4 people sitting in front of me and the cameraman. his name. Sorry, grab some. Brackett intercepts the pass. He'll take it across, making it 35-25. You should know that you're supposed to tell the table that, not the refs. And there's also a sign for that, right? Stick your arms straight out. That was great. Steve Curley going over there after getting some clarification. There you go. And the ref says, you need to tell him that you want a bench timeout. So he turns around to the guy and says, I want a bench timeout. Nice. Makes me laugh. So 3:54, less than just under half the quarter complete here. Quarter number 3 of 4 in this Division II matchup. TIRR with a strong 10-try lead. And just 8 minutes of gameplay remaining. Sorry, 12 minutes.
It'll be interesting to see how Lakeshore responds. If they're going to take this as a learning curve and just use it as a lesson, or if they're going to start to kind of get in on themselves, get a little down. I know it's hard when you start getting these big leads and gaps in scores, but you know, sometimes you just kind of have to take it for what it is, and it's a practice. Get better with your team, get better communication, and work on those fundamentals.
Focus on the things that aren't working, try and play turnover-free rugby.
Correct.
Focus on fundamentals.
And that's not easy to do. It is very difficult
Especially
to
when you're
stay true to good habits.
Down a lot.
Yeah, when there's chaos going on.
There's always chaos.
But he's following his picks. They're playing smart rugby.
Manny with the stop. Number 9 on Brackett. Brackett got Lujano in the middle, but he doesn't want to throw it there. And across the line, we have Ryan Eliason. Eliason, number 6 for Lakeshore. Canyon and Brackett. Lujano got in his way, so he wasn't able to play defense. You could see them smiling at each other. They both knew what happened.
Oh, yeah. It's part of the fun. We make a lot of friends out here on the court, but when we're playing, man, it's full competition.
Lujano gets it across half. Lou.
And Minion's
Mannion
going for
got
this.
it.
Ooh.
That was great. He did a good job of getting over there and putting pressure on. But Eliason was able to hang on to it. Get it to where he needs to, which is Brackett. Brackett's driving their offense, right? Point guard.
Tim with the inbound, Mr. Brown.
Ollie Mannion. Spun. That would be Tim Jones, number 6.
Tim Jones. I misspoke.
38-27 our score. And something's going on down here at the other end. Oh, shot clock didn't start. It started late, so they're gonna just start back over. Reset the game clock, or did the game clock not move? Guess the game clock did not move. Moving now.
We are coming up to the 2-minute mark for
Eliason
the
over the
third
top.
quarter. Oh, good grab by Baloo.
Baloo, number 9, with the try.
They're fighting hard, man. They're not giving up.
What's your favorite rugby memory? Gameplay.
So at one of the tournaments this past year, I can't tell you what tournament because I don't remember, but I was on court and we're playing one of the teams and they had 2 of their strongest high pointers coming directly at me from both sides, and I noticed both of them coming, and I stop short, and they crash into each other and just separate the Red Seas. I go in for the score. It was beautiful. I was laughing my little butt off, and it took me a good 2 minutes to stop laughing. I couldn't get it together again. It was awesome. But yeah, so I love little moments like that where you kind of like use your knowledge of the court and your skill and just you get the best of something, and it's just a great feeling. What about you?
That's hard. I once threw a pass with .6 seconds left from the opposite end of the court that my teammate caught as he crossed the line and we scored.
That's beautiful.
That was pretty great. Winning the game that put us in the D2 championship, even though we lost the D2 championship, was a pretty special moment. Me, most of my best rugby memories are helping out in South America, helping start teams and getting those guys rolling. I really love helping new programs get up and going. Most recently, I was in Costa Rica just before COVID. That was awesome, but they, their program didn't get off the ground because they had COVID problem, right?
Yeah.
But they also are still having trouble finding players. Most of the guys they had there were paras and weren't going to be able to play. So they're trying to get that started back up. I'm excited about that. It's nice to see another country, and this one in Central America, playing rugby.
And the skills that these sports teach the athletes are invaluable. There's nothing that, I mean, I hate to say it, but the doctors don't know everything about life in a chair, right? And they're not going to because they're not living it.
They're guessing, just like anybody else. They're taking an educated guess because they have more education.
Yeah, which is awesome, and we really are grateful for it. But a lot of the time, it does take.
Are you getting on? You want to get on? No, we're on air.
I'm sorry about that, guys. We have Paco coming in. He's trying to disrupt everything. He wants the last quarter to himself. He wants the last quarter of the game.
I think there's a game in between. That's why I picked this one. Thanks, man. But I'd love to call a game with you. I think the people would love that, too. Good. Awesome. Good. Yeah, I've heard very positive. Whoa! So unable to get it in 10 seconds is TIRR. And Tim Jones caught that, but it was too late. So forward we go. Sorry about the side conversations, but we're here for you. We're here for everybody around us as well. So. Wow. So Lakeshore with the ball. After that turnover. Curley, even though he said, oh, says they're going to call that every time, and he's not wrong.
It's a good call. I mean, it's textbook call.
39-30.
Shot clock is off for this. We've got 1 quarter left after this 30 seconds for
Curtis
this
gets it across half
game.
And then gets it rightly back into the hands of Mannion, who is running that offense. Jim Jones up against the half-court line there. He wants to be careful. Gives it back to Mannion.
It's only a 9-point game. There's a lot that can happen in an 8-minute quarter of rugby.
They don't want it to be 10 tries, though. 9 is already a big enough hill to climb.
Yeah. And he went out.
And out of bounds. Somebody crossed the line.
Tim did.
Turnover, and that's a big win for Lakeshore.
That is a huge turnover.
Although with 1.4 seconds left.
I mean, you said you've done it.
And we didn't have this rule
He's
before, but now you can call timeout and move the ball up to half court. So Lakeshore is going to bust in there, hopefully, and create themselves a situation where they have a chance to score. And their best passer pick up that ball.
So they're going to move that up to the front court. They've got 1.4 seconds left. Do you think they're going to score? We're putting
No.
Vegas odds. You don't? All right, I'm going to bet that they
Not
will.
that they can't, but
I'm
first
betting
of all,
that they will just because you said no.
So I'm looking here at Eliason. He's not even set up at half court. He was a good 6 feet from where he's supposed to sit. But they're also making him do it from the other side.
They're
And
gonna have to
Brackett
be
was set up in the wrong corner.
They're going to have to throw this in, chuck it up, and
Wow.
leave in the
The
cool.
clock must have started late. Did they give it to him? I can't see because of the
They
camera.
did not.
They said no try.
No goal. Oh,
Well,
it looked so
I give you
close
credit
from
though.
over
You were
here.
almost right.
That was close, Blue. You were right.
I think the clock started a little late. There's no way that was 1.9 seconds
It was very close.
from touch to. But it was close.
All right. We will see
It
you
wasn't
back
more.
in.
It wasn't more than 2.9. Yeah. So
2
that's the
minutes?
third, right?
Yes.
9 try difference. TIRR in the lead. We'll be back in 2 minutes for the finale of this big game in Division 2. Welcome back. This is a fourth quarter here in Rockford, Illinois. It's Division II matchup between Lakeshore and TIRR Texans. Lakeshore Demolition down at this point by 9 tries.
It's going to be an interesting last quarter of the game to see what they do to respond to this. It is still winnable for them. They've got to put in the work. They've got to really take care of the ball, but it's doable.
Yeah, they haven't really lost any ground. They actually gained ground from the previous quarter. So
Yeah. They were down by 11, I believe.
there's hope. Of course, TIRR has at least one of their starters off the court. Deller's on the floor. Mannion is not. Curtis is also off the
JJ
floor.
with a great pick. Great court awareness for JJ.
And JJ, number 8, pushing with those elbows. He's kind of at a disadvantage to get a bunch of speed up because he doesn't have a full arm to work with.
He uses the chair very smartly, though.
But yeah,
he's got great
he's a
chair
very good
position.
picker, plays great defense.
Oh, yeah. Lejano just knew that Blue was going to be out there. And that's one of the great things about having these football-style plays where we really go through them and drill through them and talk through them as teams. You know where your guy's going to be even if you're not looking. And that's important.
Deller knocked out of bounds. Did he call timeout? No, turnover, Lakeshore ball.
What did I tell you?
See, that's a mistake.
You just got to keep
Right?
chipping away.
He has the timeouts and he goes into the danger zone. You got to use that there.
You do.
He's been around long enough in this league to know better. He's played at the elite level.
And that's going to bring us to a 7-point deficit right now. We've got 7 minutes left.
Right, with 1 minute, they've had 2 points. Now one of those was because they started with the ball, but
Got to keep that aggression.
I don't have expectations that they're going to score
That was close to a 12-second, though.
2 a minute. but
If we're reminding our folks back home, you have 12 seconds to get from the end to the half-court line. 12 seconds. You must
and that's
dribble.
from the time the ball is touched on the
Yes.
court.
You must dribble or pass every 10 seconds. And you have a 40-second shot clock for your possession time.
And sometimes that seems like not very much time.
Oh, it feels like it goes by so fast. Ball's knocked out.
Tim Jones picks it up at the mid-half court line. Luhano on him.
Deller's got it. He's going in for the score. And it's a try.
Deller's a beast. He hits so hard. He's quick.
He really does.
And, you know, the one hand that he's got is perfect. So he can grab that ball, throw that ball very, very well. He has the other hand is just wrapped up in a club.
He's actually got the same disease I have.
Oh, yeah?
Reflex sympathetic dystrophy.
I did not know that.
Yeah. It's a malfunction in the signals that are being sent from the brain to the limb. So for a lot of people, it causes atrophy, muscle weakness, muscle spasms, lack of feeling, and in some cases, or in most cases, I'm sorry, it's an extreme amount of pain. The body's actually just being flooded with incorrect pain signals constantly, and nothing can get really through. It's crazy. So that's why he has to protect that hand, because any sort of bang or bruise or bump can cause him to have a really, really gnarly flare-up and not have any function of that hand whatsoever.
Yeah, unfortunately, being hit with a club wrapped in bubble wrap still feels like being hit with a club.
It does, but I'll take it if
He's
it
pretty
means
good
that
about
he's able
not
to do it.
hitting people with that.
Yeah, he is
doesn't
great.
reach for the ball with that one or try and block with that one because he doesn't want to get hit either. Because
No.
even though it's protected,
It's fair
hurts
game.
inside. Oh, Tim Jones, a little bit backward pass there.
They get it back together though. Deller's going in for that try.
So TIRR.
They're gonna wait until they're set up. Ball's in.
Still up by 8. Luhano with the ball. He knows he doesn't want that in his hands.
He's got a beautiful bump. He is accurate across the whole court, man. That is incredible.
Yep. He hit Baloo in stride so he could score easily even with the pressure from Jones.
How many times do you think he sat there just bumping a tennis ball for his dog until he figured out how to get it into one spot consistently?
Tens of thousands. Right? He's a guy that was in that Murder Ball movie too. He's been playing a very long time.
He has been. And it looks like he'll be coming back into the second rendition since we're filming here.
What?
Well, I mean, we're all here filming.
Oh,
You knew that.
no, I didn't. I'm not the commissioner anymore. I don't know anything. Nobody tells me anything anymore. I used to be in the mix for everything, and I don't know anything anymore.
You know how you had to sign a bunch of papers to come in this time? It's because we're filming.
Oh, that's what that's about?
Oh yeah, you should have read the fine print, Dave. Come on, that
All
is
right.
lesson number
I'm not
one.
on the court
if
long
we're
enough that
listening to
anybody's
any of
gonna
the
take
news.
pictures.
You're on social
Ball.
ball.
They're really taking care of business in this one.
We can make it a 6-point game right here, right now, folks. It's getting interesting.
Well, but if we're being honest with ourselves, TIRR is not at full strength out there.
They are not right now.
I think that if they felt that the game was in jeopardy, Deller gets a nice smack down there. Baloo can't get to the ball. Tim Jones turns his chair.
And it's a blue ball again, so they're going to get to try again. We have 4:20 left on the clock.
It's high time they get this thing done.
I think so. I think so. These guys really seem to have their head in the clouds while they're out there pushing around. Cloud 9. Cloud 9.
That's definitely not a half-baked idea to go in. Oh, another turnover. Is that going to be off Jones or why'd they call that?
A shot clock violation. There's no reset. Possession hadn't turned.
See, that's a mental error by the coach. Call timeout. Give yourself 15 seconds.
I agree. I agree. But that
Wait.
last timeout in the
It had been turned over.
no, it was batted away.
Oh, you're right.
I
Deller knocked
am.
it down. You're right.
You guys hear it here.
You're not wrong.
You heard it first, folks. I am right. Dave admitted it.
I have no problem with you being right.
The ball is in for Lakeshore. They are looking for an outlet up at the top.
Oh, we're on the Division III page. No wonder I can't find them. You should think I remember Eliason's name by now. I've never been good at names. Racket, looking for help. Eliason not looking his way, but Baloo there. Baloo back to Bracket.
Got to be smart about it.
All he's got to do is turn his chair.
There it
Can't
is.
do it.
He was stuck in. There it is.
And again,
We are bringing
missed
it
the
to
plays,
a
the
very
cameraman.
close game. It is still 7 points. We're seeing
but
a
only
lot more.
3 minutes.
Yeah,
3
we're
minutes, 14 seconds.
We are seeing more turnovers. There it is, right there. He's just got to be smart and take care of it. We have a 6-point game.
That'll be Eliason once again. Curley asking a question here. He's got some equipment. Oh, and the ref's going to help him out. It's a sleeve.
This is why at the end of the game we say thank you table, thank you refs. They do so much for us on and off the court. Seriously, thank you guys. We cannot play this sport without you.
Well, and even though the referees get a small
Stipend.
a payment for refereeing a game, they're giving up vacation time to be here with us.
Yeah,
they're flying across the country, giving up their weekends with their family and friends in order to do this for us, and we truly appreciate it.
A lot
And
of
all
them
these
do bring their
volunteers.
family and friends, though, which is super awesome because we're branching out and showing more people the sport and showing them why we love it and why it's so important.
Yep. Whoa, just get that
That
pass
was
by Luano.
sneaky.
Rolls off his
Ooh.
shoulder and then smacks it.
Deller coming in with a big hit at the baseline. He's really trying to disrupt that ball. Sneak it out of there. It is a
Yeah,
6-point
Eliason
game,
hung on.
folks. This is close. There's plenty of time left on that clock. Couple turnovers, it can be anyone's game.
Deller, good and patient.
Blues trying to see the outside.
Jones gives it back. Another backward
there's-
pass.
We've got 2:27 left on the clock. 47-40.
Fat lady's warming up for this one. Probably shouldn't say that. Is there a more politically correct term?
The game is about to end.
I meant to sing, right?
Ah.
The singer is about to,
Well, I'm not singing, so it ain't me, but I am the snack lady.
and I'm not a lady, but I definitely am not skinny.
Well, then you can sing and I'll pretend. How does that work?
Yeah, kind of like ventriloquist, right?
Yes, exactly. It's like real life lip syncing.
Nobody wants that.
Not at all. We will help you guys out. We will leave that to the professionals, folks. We had a great national anthem this morning.
My
actually.
voice coming out of your mouth would scare people. It might create an international incident. There he goes,
Probably.
Willard Brooks.
It's Big Will. Oh, he is one of my favorite players out here. Oh, Bob
Romano
with
unable
the
to get it
throw.
over Curley.
JJ with
Turned
the
over.
steal.
Curley, watch Curley gonna run up this sideline.
He
Look
is
for that pass. Gets it.
sneaky Curly. Look at
And
that.
he's watch him use his chair to keep Brackett away from him.
He's so good.
Turns side,
been doing
pushes
this
him
for
over.
years.
That was a great play by Curley.
He's smiling out there. He knows he just made that
He
play.
knows he can't beat Brackett on speed, so he took away McCourt, and then he turned away from him, so he had to come all the way around, and he made it to the try line.
It is a smart play. And Big Will has been out there playing for years.
And if you got to see that from the beginning, as soon as he came on the court, he pushed his butt
And
off
it's over.
to get
it's
to that
over.
sideline and get across the
Did
top.
you? I don't know how that just made it back into the hands of Lakeshore, but it did over half court right as the 12 was about to go off. That was crazy. Oh, no goal.
Oh, and it's a turnover.
He hit that
Lakeshore
pylon. That pylon is
Gives
out
it
of
up.
bounds, folks, and it stinks when it takes it from you.
Baloo tried to get it in there and
It was a
didn't
great,
have enough room.
great hit from Curley. He really made it hard for Blue to sneak through there. They've got 1:30 left on the clock.
Setting the shot clock.
1:30 left on the clock. 8-point game at this point.
Gurley gets it into Deller. Geller will score quickly. Well, at least get across half quickly.
He's going to eat up some time here, really seal that win for their team.
Well, the clock is on their side for sure.
Yes, it is. Got 1:13 left. It is a 9-point swing right now.
Almost a turnover.
And they're going to just full court press. Nice. That was a good push.
Bracket number 21 brings back to 8.
You know, I remember playing rugby for the first time, and I got out of my rugby chair, got into my daily chair, and I was like, dang it, I still got to use my arms to use this thing. Like, they're tired. It is crazy how physical this game really, truly is. It is not for the weak of heart, for the faint of heart. It is actually for athletes.
I remember I used to be in the office on Monday, and I'd have to push a door open, and I would groan.
Yep.
Because it was just so hard.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody would look at me like, what is
No,
wrong?
what are you doing? We've got 33, 32, 31 seconds left on the clock. Big Will with the pass.
Willard gets it
Ballou
up
for the score.
to Ballou, number 9. 50, 42, 25 seconds. TIRR will likely use this.
And they're going for a deny.
Final
So
possession.
what's happening here, folks?
Notice Curley sitting way up court. There's no one to inbound.
And-
There's also yelling timeout.
which you
Did he
can't
get it?
do. You can't do.
Why not? Why can't you yell timeout?
Nobody had a possession of the ball.
You can call. Well, he wanted a bench. Problem with the coach being on the floor is it's hard to call a
That is
coach's
true.
timeout. But I don't know. Can you not put his arms out to the side like the international symbol for "I want a coach's timeout"?
Oh, he
I guess
definitely
it's
can
not.
do that.
No, it is international actually.
Yeah. He could definitely do that.
So
I
Curley's
thought they were calling
inbounding.
for a regular possession timeout.
Geller.
Swing and a miss from Lozano.
He's got 12 seconds. He doesn't need to score.
His best bet is to just keep possession of that
So
ball.
here we go. Lakeshore falls to the TIRR Texans in pool play, 50-42.
It's a great game.
Thank you, Kara.
Thank you, Dave. We will be back. I'm not sure when we'll be back together, but next up you will have Paco.
Are
I
you gonna
gotta
work
go.
with Paco, or you got something going on?
I've got a game that I've got to go sit for. So we will see you guys back here soon. Thank you again to all of
Paco
our
Torres.
sponsors. We've got the Oscar Mike Foundation, Amazon, Starbucks, the Foglia Family Foundation, Veterans United Home Loans, Google, Vehicles for Veterans, Gary Sinise Foundation, First Nation Group, and the USWRA. Thank you again so much for coming out and joining us. We have up next the Las Vegas High Fives. Is that the High Fives
I
coming
think
up?
I don't remember what Las Vegas calls themselves.
And the War Warriors. This is going to be
Las
our
Vegas High
D3.
Rollers.
High Rollers. I misspoke, my bad, guys. We have the High Rollers and the Warriors coming up next for some D3 play.